Good morning. Double coconut type of day. Definitely need it. Definitely need the hydration and definitely need the electrolytes. I should be feeling terrible after all of those decadent drinks I had last night, but I'm not. Feeling marvelous. So I got to keep the momentum of this trip going today, thus the double coconut. So I want to start out by saying I think I was wrong. I was wrong about a couple things, and I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I'm not a travel expert by any means, and be wary of anyone who says they are an expert, because what is an expert? An expert is essentially a know-it-all. And who's a know-it-all? You know, I want to be more like Socrates. And Socrates says, one realizes everything when he realizes he knows nothing. The information and data and knowledge in this world is so vast, how could you even know half of it? Or a quarter? Or even 5% of it, really? So I want to keep myself humble and say I know nothing, right? And that keeps me a student of life, that keeps me learning, that keeps me evolving. It battles complacency. I want to say I know nothing and learn, instead of saying I'm a know-it-all, which is so inauthentic. So I'm not a travel expert, I'm a travel enthusiast. Now I have a ton of miles under my belt, which gives me a lot of experience, a lot of sage, and a lot of knowledge. So I know more than most, but by no means do I know it all, or do I have it all figured out in travel or in life. So yeah, one realizes everything when they realize they know nothing. I ended up making that video after I finished my last Caesars property. And since I've already stayed at Vdara and Mirage, I already thought I had a frame of reference. But here's the problem. I hadn't stayed at those properties lately. I was using an old frame of reference from years ago, and I didn't look at those properties from a fresh set of eyes. So I think I might pivot and change my opinion on that, and I'll talk about that later in the video. The most epic Vegas trip ever. That I was not wrong about, because it has been. And I still have 11 days left, which I don't even know how I'm gonna make it. I literally don't. It was pretty insane to book this long trip, and it's not like I'm taking a week on or week off or having lazy days. Like, I'm out and about every night. And the demands of the restaurants and the lounges and seeing the property and getting good shots for you, and then add in some personal priorities for some socialization and whatever else. Yeah, I would not recommend 23 days in Vegas. And guess what? I was wrong. It's not 23 days in Vegas. I somehow missed one of my 3-day windows like I talked about. It's actually 26. 26 days in Vegas. So yeah, this easily turned in to be the most epic Vegas trip ever. And what I'm concerned about, and what you should be concerned about, is that I'm contemplating coming back in just a week. I'm gonna fly back, do my laundry, get some sleep, and then literally just jump on a plane back here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna come back for another 18 to 22 days. So should I have my sanity checked, yes or no? Or do you applaud the effort and diligence? I don't know which one, honestly. Like, you could make an argument either or. So I want to talk about why I was wrong versus Caesars and MGM after I get up and going. I just literally got out of bed, went downstairs, got the double coconut, and then I got some breakfast. I've been eating so poorly. I'm going to have like an 1.5 to 2 hour gym session today. I'm going to have to walk 6 miles today due to those 6 drinks and all the decadent stuff I had last night. I had something last night that I never had. It was a coconut crab soup. I mean, 2 of my favorite things in the world, and they combine them. How did I not order it? But I rarely order it. And I guess it really wasn't even a soup. It was a curry, which made it worse. I mean, that thing had to have 2,000 calories in it by itself. So yeah, last night was just way indulgent. And all those different cocktails. It's not like I'm drinking 6 vodka tonics or 6 vodka soda waters or whatever. I mean, you see these drinks. They are sugary. They are indulgent. And each one has like a different type of alcohol. So I'm mixing alcohols. And listen, I'm not playing a victim. You know, I did it on my own volition. I elected to do it. By no means am I looking for pity. I'm just saying, like, wow. What, you know, sometimes I'm like, what are you doing, right? Did you need to order 6 drinks? But when I see a beautiful drink on the menu, I want to order it for me and for you so we can all check it out together. Call it adventure and call it altruism. Here's my breakfast. My goal is to not eat all these today because I believe I'm going to SW Steakhouse tonight. I got a Builder's Bar chocolate peanut butter protein. Okay, these Builder bars are actually pretty decent. Then I got these Wafer Crunch protein bars, Power Crunch. French vanilla cream. Sounds classy. And I got another Power Crunch triple chocolate. And then I got a 1-bar blueberry cobbler. Let's try this one right now, should we? Let's try this blueberry cobbler. Yep. And when I say yep, that means it passes. Because none of these taste good, right? These are protein bars. They all taste pretty much horrible, but if they're somewhat decent, they get a pass. All right, let's finish up this video about how wrong I was about MGM versus Caesars. By the way, it's late. Still got on my night stuff, about ready to hit that bed. But I did want to finish this video because the thought was still in my mind from today. MGM versus Caesars, I was wrong. And let me, before I go further, let me preface it with this. I, again, am a travel enthusiast. I have a passion for travel. This is just my opinion. People get so upset. I see some of the comments and they say, oh, I can't believe you thought this restaurant was good, or how could you pick Vidara over whatever, you know, for example. And it's just an opinion. Like, relax. I'm just a travel guy that makes videos. If you like it, that's cool. If not, cool. Like, I don't project myself as an expert. I don't ask anyone to enroll in a program, buy my book, or whatever, right? It's just my opinion. And people just get so offended sometimes. It's really interesting. Like, especially in the pizza game. Like, the pizza game is filled with arrogance and condescension. Everyone thinks their opinion is the best. And if I make a video and I think Giordano's is the best, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't present it as fact. I don't present my opinion to be the apex of all opinions out there. I'm just a guy who's making videos. And if you like it, cool. If not, cool. I'm just giving you fodder. I'm just giving you food for thought and about how my mind works. And if you think like I do, then you might want to check out the stuff I do. And if not, then don't. But people just get so offended sometimes. It's just interesting. MGM versus Caesars. I said that Caesars was the better ecosystem. And I was wrong on that. I think that MGM could be the better ecosystem. I was right in one point. And that point is Caesars has the better locations. Caesars dominates the strip because they're center strip and all their properties are essentially connected or adjacent to each other. So that is one thing that really influenced my decision when I said that Caesars was better. But before I made that MGM versus Caesars video, I had yet to check out Vidara and Mirage recently. Okay, recently. That is the operative word. Recently. I was at Vidara and Mirage years ago, more than 5 years ago for sure. And I used that old frame of reference. And I had yet to come back recently. And my 2 stays there really flipped my decision. And it just goes to show, don't live in the past, right? Don't be caught up on old pretenses and old paradigms. Paradigms can shift. And my paradigm shifted. Paris is good. Planet Hollywood is good. Cromwell is good. But for every good Caesars hotel, I can pick a good MGM one. Mirage, Vidara, Bellagio, Mandalay Bay. I think when I made my Caesars decision, honestly, it was just based off of location and location only. And I thought, and I didn't expect the Mirage and Vidara to be that good. I would say Vidara and Mirage are probably my second favorite. They're tied, depending on what you like, because Vidara doesn't have a casino. Vidara doesn't have any restaurants. Mirage has a casino and a ton of awesome restaurants, but doesn't have the quality or luxury that Vidara does. So to me, they're kind of tied. Both have detriments, both have benefits. Let's take the Apex Caesars property. Caesars, great. I loved it. Still rave about it to this day. But Caesars Palace is just as good as Aria. Aria is just as good, if not better, than Caesars Palace. So those two offset. And then let's go to Paris. Paris Hotel. I'd say Mirage or Mandalay Bay are just as good. So to conclude this video, I was wrong. And when I change my opinion, I think I should broadcast it because I want you to know how I feel. Because I know a lot of you do like to hear my opinion on stuff. And when I put it out there, I want to be authentic and I want to be genuine and I want to stand behind it. So in this instance, I am redacting my statement that Caesars is better than MGM. I don't necessarily think that MGM is better because both offer different benefits. Caesars has the best location. It's really easy to navigate their ecosystem. And I think that their hotels have better themes than MGM. But MGM definitely has as good, if not better, properties. Even though their properties are more spread out, they're not as convenient or centrally located, they're just as good as Caesars properties. So I'm going to recant. I'm going to say that it is a tie. Okay, it's a tie. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that MGM is better than Caesars, or if Caesars is better than MGM, what you think the better ecosystem is. I'd be interested to hear what you have to think. Anyway, it's late. I'm still getting requests to go out. I need to turn off my phone and go to bed because I have a really early morning tomorrow. I gotta go check out that pool.